Hello, my wonderful Leos. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing. In today's video, I will be tapping into the energies of your love life. So it's going to be your general love reading for the week here. Pretty much whatever comes out for you guys. Okay. Okay, guys, so we have the seventh chakra, and bottom of the deck, we have adjacent possibilities. This could be a week where you're, being asked to be more like open-minded, or there are multiple options or opportunities around you. Maybe closing one door could be leading to a new beginning or opening a new door for you. I also feel like with the seventh chakra, there's something about trusting your intuition, or something is becoming very clear to you. You could even be receiving like a persistent sign, and, it's a message of not ignoring that sign, or knowing that something is being presented to you for a reason here. You may also be anticipating something, and your intuition could later be confirmed here. So let's see. You could even be sensing like a shift or a change, and I feel like you're right about that. Okay. Some of you could be dealing with a Virgo. We have the Hermit, and then we have the Judgment, Scorpion energy. Definitely a change, almost like a rebirth. It could be that you have been spending, some time alone, or there's some sort of critical thinking that you're doing like during a period of solitude, and there's some sort of a breakthrough happening here. This is a very powerful energy because you're waking up to what is, and there could even be something that you're moving towards where it feels like finally, or you're seeing some sort of progress where it's like, okay, finally things are changing or things are moving after a period of stagnation here. And even if you feel like you're going through maybe a period that feels very lonely, there's something that's being illuminated to you. There's some sort of wisdom that is that you're going to take away from this period in your life. Okay, so I'm going to start off by seeing how you are being viewed this week. I also feel like, Leo, like there's a change that you're thinking about, or something that you're planning, but you're keeping it to yourself, almost in a way where it's like, I don't want to speak about this until I do it. I don't want to announce that I'm going to do something. I'm just going to kind of like go ahead and act on it. The Tower, for how you're being viewed. This person doesn't expect you to say something or do something. There's like a very unexpected energy here. Could be like how you're reacting to something, or the fact that you're not reacting at all. I just feel like almost like a shock factor, or someone being surprised by something, like I said, something you're communicating, or just your reaction to something, or, maybe the lack of. Okay. We have the Nine of Wands, followed by the Page of Swords in the challenge position. Someone is not expecting something from you, but it's also causing them to withdraw but pay attention to you from afar. Like there could be a very defensive energy with the Nine of Wands, or something that's causing this person to feel guarded. But with the Page of Swords, even though they're feeling guarded or not wanting to speak, this card could also be an energy, or it could be read as like you quite literally having this person blocked, or maybe, vice versa. But they are watching you from afar. They are curious, but it's almost like they're tiptoeing, or they don't want you to know that they're paying attention to you or curious about you. And I'm strongly getting like there could be something that you communicated, Leo, and even if on your end you're like, yeah, well, I was just being honest or blunt about something, I feel like there's something that's causing them to feel very defensive. Almost like, how do I go back from that? Or, I'm embarrassed, or I feel some sort of guilt, or I don't know, if I were to communicate with Leo, would that be something that resurfaces here? Definitely a very defensive energy, almost like where, okay, I don't want to speak, or I don't want to, tell Leo how I feel, but I'm still very curious about them. So I'm going to pay attention to them from afar, or I'm going to, inquire about them. Like if you guys have like mutual friends, but it's a very hidden and discreet energy, is what I'm getting at. How are you viewing them? The Justice card. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra. There could be some sort of legal matters that are, going on in this connection. Not going to be the case for all of you, but the Justice card could also just be you analyzing a person or a situation and weighing the pros and cons, right? Where it's like, what is working in this situation and what is not? Is this something that we can work through, or do I need to, completely let it go here? You could also be wanting to make something right, or there's a lack of balance in this situation and you're wanting to restore that balance. If it's not about making something right, it could be maybe feeling misunderstood, maybe feeling like something wasn't fair in the past, and you're wanting to, express your opinion or your perspective, or have a chance to do that. And maybe prior you felt like you did not have that opportunity, or you feel like your feelings were being almost like dismissed. So in your feelings, we have the Six of Pentacles and the Strength card. Okay. There could be a lot on your plate this week, Leo. You could even be, someone could even be needing some sort of financial assistance from you. But with a Strength card, it's like, this card does touch on deep emotions, right? But it's also like something here requires, you feel like it requires your strength. Whether it's, I need to be withdrawn, I need to be, held back because I don't trust to, put my heart on the line or express my emotions. You're working through something, even though it feels very difficult, and you're working through something, but and you're going through a lot emotionally, but you're not showing it on the outside, is pretty much what I'm picking up on here. You may also be withdrawing from the situation because you feel like there's something else in your life that kind of requires your focus or attention this week. Maybe you guys have children of your own. Maybe it's, a sense of like your finances or something at work, but you're like, I really need to pay attention to what's going on or what's happening in the now and take my attention away from this connection, even if it's, specifically this week. We have the Three of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. I think you definitely could be missing this person, or there is an energy of feeling a bit nostalgic. Maybe there's an empty feeling that you're trying not to focus on. But with the Three of Wands, well, obviously there are three wands there, but he is holding on to one, which is letting me know that you're choosing a direction. You're making a decision. Even if it feels difficult, even if it feels lonely, it causes you to feel like you're feeling lonely or very on your own. You feel like you have to do what's right. Six of Pentacles could also be a situation where you feel some form of neglect, right? Whether it's you feel breadcrumbed in this situation, you feel like this is someone where you did not have their undivided attention and you're no longer wanting to, pursue things with them because of that. But I'm strongly getting making a firm decision to leave something behind, even though it feels very difficult to do. And you may have taken some time to think about this decision, but I see that this is a week where you're coming to a conclusion, or you're, like there's like a finalized decision kind of energy in your feelings there. Okay, so we have the Page of Cups clarifying the Nine of Wands, and we have the Two of Swords clarifying the Page of Swords. Okay. And really, there is an energy of wanting to reach out, but there's also a very unexpected energy. And this person is trying to differentiate the reality of the situation in their mind versus the actual situation or the reality of it. Because it's like something seems very different in their mind, right? And in the Page of Cups, the fish specifically in the cup is symbolic for your imagination, right? So there could be something where this person feels like it's just their imagination, or they're having a hard time seeing past illusions here. And they're trying to make sense of something in their mind, but it seems so different in their mind than in comparison to the reality of the situation. So it could just be that when they're operating from their emotions, things seem a lot different from when they're operating from more of like a logical perspective. Two of Swords, they're not seeing something clearly. This could even be a state of denial, right? Watching you from afar, feeling defensive, but Two of Swords is usually when you're picking and choosing what you want to see, okay? Or there's something that is in front of you, but you're just choosing not to see it, right? Like a state of denial. So they're having a hard time accepting things for what they are. And I do feel like this is someone who's going back and forth in their mind. And they're trying to make sense of what they're thinking or how they're feeling, but they're becoming more confused. There's a lack of clarity with that Page of Swords and the Two of Swords. This could also be someone who's trying to figure you out in a very indirect kind of way, but they're not really receiving any answers. It's only leading to more questions. Whether that's because you're not publicizing, what you're going through or what's changing for you, or they just feel like they're having a hard time reading you and your emotions and where you stand. Okay, so we have the Ten of Pentacles, followed by the Chariot in their feelings. Cancerian energy, King of Cups, and the Two of Cups. Wow. So you have someone here who still wants to work something out with you. You guys definitely could have been in a higher level of commitment in the past, or maybe that's just something you guys were working towards. But King of Cups and the Two of Cups is, someone who feels like they're still in love with you, someone who feels deeply towards you, and they're trying to trust their intuition here. King of Cups could also be wanting to handle something in more of like an emotionally mature way. So in the past, if they feel they were careless or they were inconsiderate of your emotions, this is an energy of wanting to know how you feel, allowing you to, express your emotions without interrupting or without making you feel like they're not taking what you're saying into account here. And the Chariot and the Ten of Pentacles giving me a strong energy. If we are able to move past an obstacle, then we can work something out. But the Chariot is not just progress that happens, right, guys? It's progress that happens after some form of acceptance. And it's usually needing to accept the differences, right? The Chariot has two sides where there may be an energy of needing to accept that, okay, I do feel connected to Leo, but that doesn't mean that things are always going to be smooth sailing, right? It's like the dark side and the light side of things, the good and the bad, right? It's needing to accept both aspects so that you could see some sort of progress. It's accepting that things are not always going to be smooth sailing and there may be difficult things that they need to accept about this connection, but it's a question of, am I able to work through that, or do I see that as an obstacle that's going to, put an end to this connection here? And this is someone who feels very, very connected to you. They could be thinking about you quite a bit this week. Ten of Cups, followed by the Star card and the potential outcome, wanting to heal a connection that they still feel with you. So yes, there could be a separation, or maybe you feel a disconnect, but they still have emotions for you and they're wanting to heal that with the Star card, as well as the Ten of Cups and the potential outcome. This person could also be realizing what they need to heal within themselves prior to coming forward with you, or forward to you, or wanting to work something out with you. The Four of Swords is clarifying the Ten of Cups, and the Queen of Swords clarifying the Star card, the Moon. Yeah. There's something here that they feel they want to heal with you. The Moon card, the Queen of Swords, and the Four of Swords is also giving me an energy of some sort of deep contemplation that is occurring for this person while a period of separation, or while there's some sort of distance between the both of you. There's a very back and forth energy here, Leo, and I say that with transparency, where it's like they feel they care for you, they're understanding the connection, and they want to fix something. But then a part of them feels like, they need to leave something to be, or leave something to work out the way that it should. But there's also Moon, Queen of Swords, Two of Swords, Page of Cups, something that doesn't make sense to them, and it's because they are not seeing something clearly, or they are choosing not to see something. Like I said, if they're in a state of denial, that could be the block here. Because yes, they want to heal things, they want to come together, but there's something in the unknown, or something that they're not paying attention to, that is actually impacting this connection in a large way. And instead of addressing that, it's more of, I want to reconnect, or I want to speak to you again. But then that would create a lack of stability, because the very thing that's creating a block is going to resurface, or it may be something that you choose to bring up. And that could be the reason we have the Nine of Wands, a very defensive energy. So I think this is someone who definitely wants to heal something with you, but they're also not seeing something clearly. And I'm getting a persistent message of denial. So let's see, is there anything they want to communicate to Leo? Okay. Sorry, guys. I just dropped a bunch of cards. Let's see. I lost myself for a little while. Okay. So there could be a very hidden energy or something that they're not telling you in terms of what they're going through mentally and emotionally. I do love you. And I feel like consistently through this reading, like that's something that they want to prove to you, but there's also a lot of, it's a bit of a contradicting energy because of what they're refusing to see, because of what they're refusing to accept. Something is very, very difficult for this person to accept. It could even just be the energetic shift, right? Or the fact that there's like an emotional gap between the both of you. It's like they don't want to accept their reality. I can be myself with you. So they feel a lot of comfort with you. This person may feel like you have access to a side of them that no one else does. Anything else? I am becoming a better person. So, you know, there could be some sort of self-development or something that they're working on while you guys are not speaking here. And it says, I won't let you down. So that could be another concern, right? Coming in and wanting to do things the right way and not wanting to, you know, disappoint you. Bottom of the deck, it says, I want to tell you how I feel. Okay. So that is what I'm getting for you guys this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.